What's up, everybody, and welcome back to me, Maya Brava, nursing my depression. Currently watching the corner store McDonald's of all Yu-Gi-Oh shows, Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal. Zexal. Picking up right where we left off. For those of you new to the series, you can't be new because I just started. But I am on episode 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh Zale, currently watching the Japanese sub version, because I had never watched it all the way through. And I'm just talking about it because why? My anxiety makes me watch the same shows over and over and over again. And I can't do new content with shows that I have already watched a million times. So here we are. Anyway, starting right back off where we left off, Yuma's just a little bit freaked because now we got Astral, and they are about to information dump quite a decent amount, so bear with me, okay? Yuuma is running and jumping around basically like a lunatic. He's like, what the fuck is this shit? And to be fair, what the fuck is this shit? I mean, we got a Mr. Glowy Ghost Boy up in here, and none of his friends can see him. As we find out probably in like the next consecutive 5 minutes or so, this spirit's name is Astral, and he doesn't know why he's here. Anyway, as I was watching through the second episode, well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Watching Heartland City, seeing all this time and effort that they put into the backgrounds of their cities in Zale, all for it to get destroyed in Arc 5. I know that the Xyz dimension was not technically Heartland. It wasn't the real Heartland. It wasn't the Zexal universe, even though holy shit, it felt like the Zexal universe. I feel a lot of remorse. I always went with that conspiracy theory that like the Zale universe is the Xyz dimension, and Yuuma and Shark just got fucking killed out of existence. Kind of the same way that everybody else got killed out of existence. The main protagonist of every... We're not going to go into Arc 5. But anyway, as I mentioned before, Astral doesn't know who he is. It probably took a really bad bump coming out of his card, coming out of the key, coming out into himself. Anyway, you know, the only way to really get that back, more blunt force trauma. Because, you know, these card games, they're violent. And they thought, how can we make them any more dangerous? And they said, VR. And they said, no. VR, augmented reality. VR is brain. Now, of course, Yuma's still having an entire breakdown throughout this entire thing. And Astral's telling him basically, calm your shit, dude. Actually, everybody's telling Yuuma to calm his shit, dude. Like, he is freaking out. But meanwhile, across the field, across the plaza, Shark's just going a little bit haywire, you know, he's getting colored in purple, evil smoke, and we know Yu-Gi-Oh! Purple's a nice evil color. Shark is getting filled with rage, and he thinks now that he has this Leviathan dragon on the field that he's basically unstoppable. Like, dude, you got a number 17. These numbers are going up. I know the number of the number doesn't exactly matter in that way. But dude, you got the first Xyz monster of the new era, and it's a fucking Leviathan dragon. And I mean, it's a cool card, but I mean, I once fought someone for a Leviathan dragon just because of, you know, sentimental issues, but you're not the king of the world, man. We get some yada yada. What we also get from this is Astral's trying to regain his memories, because as I mentioned like so many times before, he has amnesia, and he just is trying to figure out what the hell he's doing here. He realizes he's a duelist. And so they finally, after we get all this is all like dumped in the first 10 minutes. But finally, after that, they continue the duel. And once again, I'm not going to go card by card here. But Astral's basically making all of Yuma's moves for him. The CGI Leviathan Dragon, he really stands pretty strong. Basically also reiterating that these Xyz numbers ain't nothing to mess with. And then they drop the little bomb that I'm sure quite the twist to anybody watching. It was a twist to no one. That numbers, get this, numbers can only be defeated by other numbers. And since we have numbers 1 through 99, we're gonna probably see a whole crap ton of numbers. How many times can I say numbers in one sentence, paragraph thing? And so Yuma's just sitting here just thinking, how can Astral predict the cards that are happening on Shark's side of the field? What I'm thinking is, I don't think he's ever really played this game before, because that's just kind of how trap cards work, honey. I'm sorry that you're new to this, but I don't think Astral's really smart. I think you just really don't know what you're doing. Anyway, another thing that they casually slip by us. If Yuuma loses this duel that Astral just sort of appeared in, Astral's gonna die, because we really needed those stakes for this ghosty character who, honestly, ironically, makes more fun of Yuuma than I do. Okay, maybe not quite as much, but like, he gets his couple fulmas in. But anyway, Yuma's basically fucking up because he had this trap card laid in his back row and he didn't activate it in time. So Astral basically pulls them up by the strap of their belt and was like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing, but there's still no hope. And then Yuuma does a really naive thing with, Yuuma didn't activate this trap card, and Astral drops the listen carefully, Fulma. And just for some odd reason, we get this clip over here where just Yuuma can't read. I don't know what the point of that was, but I guess he can't read either, so this kid is just like fucking stupid. And oh my god, I can't believe he's one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists, but he is. And then Astral pulls a couple moves out of his ass. Next thing you know, we got 2 level 4 monsters on the field. And this Xyz monster appears in Yuma's extra deck, and you're like, he's gonna Xyz summon. It's been established already that he doesn't own any Xyz monsters. He's just got a Mod Podge decks of regular effect monsters, normal monsters, spells and traps that his father made for him. Anyway, just out of nowhere, out of nowhere, Astral bullshits the card number 39, Rising Emperor Hope, or number 39, Utopia, out of nowhere. And then here we go, bitch smack Sharks, done. Now, there's a couple other things happened. Shark pulls a couple other moves out of his ass and basically has Yuuma pinned, where he starts learning how to use Xyz materials. Rising Emperor's Hope, its most famous ability, like in its purest form, you can detach an Xyz material, which is those monsters that you use to build the Emperor Hope, and detach it to activate the effect of you'll be able to cancel an opponent's attack. And he could have used that power at some random other point that would have made a whole lot of logical sense a little bit earlier into the duel. He basically did what we'll call a shining draw later in the show. I don't know if they call it that in the Japanese, but they did call it that in the English dub. And it's all basically, shining draw is a pure magnified version of Heart of the Cards. How did Darts put it? Do Ex Machina. Yuuma won, and he won it in the most Yuuma-ist way possible. The only thing that really happened after that is Shark made good on his word. He was defeated. He ended up losing. Everyone was fucking surprised because this was the first time Yuuma ever won a duel, or honestly, it looks like anything in his life. And Shark gave back both Tetsuo's deck and Yuma's deck and basically said, watch out, because I'll be out there. Because, let's see, Shark's a main character. Actually, one of my favorite characters in the entire show. In fact, everybody else besides Yuuma is more interesting than Yuuma. Actually, that's a lie. Everybody else in Vrains is more interesting than Saku. Yuuma, okay, he seems to get in the way a lot, but like, the plot doesn't just happen around this kid, so I'm okay with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my whatever the fuck this is, and I hope you stick around for more. Like, comment, subscribe. I could really use your support. Help me beat this algorithm, and I guess that's it for today. I'll see you all next time. Maya out.